I'm backstage in the not-so-glamorous part of Slide, but with the very glamorous Belinda Lemon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, if you're not too sure who Belinda Lemon is, she's a very talented singer and also a terrific impersonator of, well, if you couldn't guess, it's not Barbara Streisand, but Bette Middler, and you're doing a tribute to Bette tonight.
I am indeed.
Yes.
Okay, in 20 minutes' time, the good old show that some of you hopefully have seen before anyway, the Outrageously Divine.
Absolutely. Now, what's involved in the show? Did you create it, and what is the show about?
Okay. Yes, I did write it, but in conjunction with my director, Richard Arden, who's a wonderful, wonderful man I'd worked with before. He helped me write it. But I had the concept going on about 5 years ago now. Came up with the idea of doing a Bette Midler tribute show. We spent 2 years writing and researching the show and have been performing it for the last 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So basically we cover everything of Bette Midler. Well, not everything. You can't cover everything of Bette Midler in 2 hours, but we cover stuff from the whole 30 years of her career.
Yeah. So what does that involve? Does it start back from her days singing in the saunas and that
It does go back to her bathhouse Betty days. The show isn't done chronologically.
Okay.
We haven't started at a particular point and then worked our way through. If we did that, it'd be all ballads at the end. Like all the big ballads at the end. So, no, it's all mixed up a little bit. We've done it more in the style of a Bette Midler concert.
Okay.
So, she's got all her numbers mixed in, intermixed with patter, comedy, jokes, a few serious theory moments,
So were you a fan of Bette Midler before this, or did you say, well, I look a little bit like her and I can sing a little bit like her, so I'll just do that?
I've always been a fan of Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been? No, she's been great, but I would say that I was much more familiar with her recent material, not the earlier stuff. Probably, I was only in my early teens, probably when Beaches came out.
Yeah.
So, a lot of her earlier stuff before that I just didn't really know. So I loved her, but when I researched her, I love her so much more now.
Yeah. Now, there would be a lot of die-hard Bette Midler fans out there, so there'd be a pressure to get your research correct and your mannerisms and your singing and all that sort of stuff. Is that what you feel when you're out there, that you're aiming for perfection, or you're aiming just for an illusion?
Oh, no, definitely aiming for a lot better than an illusion.
Yeah.
Look, obviously, part of me is always going to come through. At the end of the day, it is me doing her, so you can't get rid of yourself completely.
Yeah.
But no, we worked really hard on getting her mannerisms, the walk, the talk, the eyes, particularly Bette Midler's eyes, and then obviously working with makeup people and hair people and everything to try and really get her, to capture her.
Yeah. So 2 hours on stage, what's that like? Is it performing as somebody else? Is it draining, or do you just fly by and think, wow, is that the show over?
Depends on the night. Depends on the audience. That's right. No, look, some nights I usually get to from a distance at the end of the show and go, oh my God, my feet hurt. Often, because I suddenly stand still. But no, in general, being somebody else for that amount of time isn't the draining part. It's just, it can be hot and it can be hard work and things like that. But no, it's actually harder to not be her.
Okay.
Okay, once I get into it, to actually drop it is harder.
The silence I know that you need. How I want to deserve you.
Right. And now this Now, if I'm correct, this impersonation has taken you places beyond Sydney.
Yes.
And to a lot more from a distance, you know. I'm just trying to worm in a Bette Midler thing.
Yeah, got on that Chattanooga choo-choo train and, you know, went off a fart. We go to Melbourne for Midsummer. We've done that a couple of years now. We've done Feast in Adelaide for a couple of years. And I've also gone up to Queensland for... what's it called, corporate
some corporate gigs.
shows and that sort of thing, and fundraisers, and I just came back from the South Pacific doing a cruise of the South Pacific with the show as well.
Fantastic. And what does Mardi Gras mean to you, being a part of the Mardi Gras Festival? What's the great thing about that?
I actually think the excitement, the buzz, and the support.
Right.
I think the support, I think of course, I'm not coming from the gay community myself. I think a lot of people out there often think Mardi Gras is about the parade, and which obviously there's a large part of it. But I think it's so much more. It's that whole month of fun, but it's about friendship too, isn't it? I think, to me, and it's about everyone getting together and just being so supportive of each other. And I think a chance for the wider community as well to support the queer community, not just by coming to events, but going to just all the events that are going on, really, and just being a part of it.
Getting into the spirit.
I'll never be your piece of burden. My back not into hurting. All I want
Belinda
is
Lemon. Thank you.
Thank you.
The very fabulous Belinda Lemon, who we will be having a look at, and her show. And I hope you have a fabulous Mardi Gras.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers.
Mwah. See ya.